Just letting y'all know that we got a lot of content coming. Letting y'all know this right here, the original platform right now for some of that real uncut raw, especially coming from the West Coast. Subscribe, click, subscribe. Dub C, CJ Mac Show. What up, C Mac behind the camera?
Dub C and CJ. Dub C and CJ.
What you looking at?
Dub C and CJ. Dub C and CJ. Dub C and CJ Mac Show.
Welcome back to the Dub C and CJ Mac Show. I am and always will be CJ Mac.
And I am Dub C, still Dub C.
Yes, sir. Skip, aka Skip. What's up, bro?
What's up, C man?
What we got going today, man?
Man, we got the homie in the house.
Man, we got the real homie in the house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we've been keeping this thing real West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Now we're going to slide up the West Coast.
But they the West Coast
north.
now.
I know that. I saw them slide up the West Coast, going up north, man.
Okay.
You know, we've been keeping that thing down south a little bit, man. We got to go up north. And who else better could we go out at than the homie, man? Who we got here today?
Man, we got the big pimp player, man. Y'all know who he is. Y'all put some respect on his name when y'all said Too Short.
Shawty the Pimp, goddamn, man.
Surviving the game, baby.
What's up with it?
What's up, bro? What's happening with you, man?
I mean, you know, we got many moons that we've been knowing each other, man. Like,
Well, we got history.
But this ain't gonna be no typical sit down, man. We gonna sit back, man, like we normally
we was
do.
very active in the '80s, man. All of us. Like,
Oh yeah.
You know what? I want to start it off talking about that. You know, used to tell me, Show, man, Show used to go to school over here. So I'm like, hell nah. And I got a chance to talk to Show. Show's like, that store over there, that whoop, I've been through there. I was in that school, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I got connections, bro. Like connections to the community around that way.
Yeah.
Like your hood.
Yeah.
Because I went to the Catholic school right there, St. Francis.
Yeah, St. Francis.
Yeah.
And then, on the other side, my auntie was on 108th and Western with the little beauty shop on the corner, my auntie Beverly. Everybody know my auntie Beverly.
Right.
And then you fucked me up when you start talking about Holly Park.
Yeah, all that. I mean, that was the route. I used to play around there. All that shit, man. Fucking all that. Sportsman Park, all
How
that.
nigga gonna tell you about your hood?
Because he's LA / Oakland.
No. He gonna say, this way you gotta give him this. Cause he a player, nigga.
He a player.
He a player, for real.
But then, figure this though. This why I'm so connected. I moved away as a youngster.
Right.
But my father had a few brothers and sisters that moved out here from Mississippi, and my mother had a few brothers and sisters that moved out here from Louisiana.
And that's the
So
mix.
when they married and had kids, I got a gang of cousins, aunties, uncles all over LA.
Yeah.
And niggas don't even know about
So
it.
even when I moved to Oakland, it was never, they everywhere, bro. I have family all on all sides, everywhere. And then from being here as a kid, when I come back as a rapper, I know the streets, I know people.
You dip it out.
It was an advantage to my whole career, bro. That whole Oakland, LA thing, going up there, jump starting it, spitting the game, the pimp shit.
Yeah.
Then having a family base and a navigation through LA, like knowing how to navigate LA. I mean, you'd just be surprised, like if I told y'all, so I don't really share this with a lot of people, but as a little kid, I would be like, my cousins lived on 84th and Fig, in between Fig and Hoover.
Right.
Just real active kids though, kids.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Nothing, I ain't banged nothing but a firecracker. Right. My cousins lived over there, that would have been the Hoover hood back in the day.
Right.
My cousins lived on fucking Adams in it was the Marvins back then.
Okay.
Right off of Adams and Spalding.
Yeah.
Right.
Fucking, them niggas lived on Alondra and right by the Compton Airport right there.
Yeah.
Niggas lived over there. I got my cousin Eda, nigga lived on 105th in Normandy.
Wow.
Then I later find out them was what the 105 Hoover, the 106, something Hoover.
105th in Normandy?
Yeah, around the corner from
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah.
They something
Yeah.
Hoover, something over there, right?
Yeah.
Then I went to school with a bunch of 111s and niggas went to Catholic school.
Yeah,
but all them niggas grew up to be 111s and Raymonds and shotguns.
It was a couple of homies that we had when
Yeah,
St.
my
Francis,
uncle live on motherfucking Raleigh Park right there, fucking 132nd.
Wow.
And
Yeah, Short been all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, nigga, I'm like there.
That shit crazy.
Yeah, cousins used to live in the swamps, the Compton.
Yeah.
The whole shit, bro. But
So you knew all about LA when you had to come back to here. You wasn't
Damn,
tripping.
that's crazy.
so I'm just saying it helped the career.
But what fucked all of us up was you don't never, like you said, you don't speak on it. So when you hear nigga dropping actual names, streets, facts of I was when whoop-de-whoop and whoop-whoop and shit like that, it kind of fucked
He
you up.
tripped me out
I was
the
like,
first time.
damn, I was like, this nigga right here is dangerous.
Yeah, he tripped me out the first time too.
Well, nigga, it wasn't that easy though. LA's a rough city, nigga. Like I can't tell you how many times I got my bike stole.
Yeah.
I got my bike stolen so many times, nigga. I start stealing bikes.
Yeah.
But
You know what? That's what you do.
That's
That's
what
what you do. I swear. That's what you do. You learn that in school.
can't beat 'em, you
Hey,
join 'em.
my first day of junior high school, I said, okay, I see how this go. Okay, I'm gonna either be a jumper or a jumpy.
Jumpy.
And I ain't about being no jumpy, bro.
So you start
you
rolling with the
turning
pack.
up, bro.
Start rolling with the
you,
pack.
You learn that
And you
gladiator
become
school around here.
affiliated.
Yeah,
You become affiliated.
You know,
You
hey,
become affiliated.
It's gladiator school around here, man.
Nah,
but we
that's
not
crazy.
promoting none of that because that needs to change.
no, it's just it's a survival thing, man. You know, it ain't no badge of honor on being tough or talking about I was running wild in the streets. And nigga just was walking through the raindrop. You know what I'm saying? Like you imagine a little nigga. Same thing in Oakland though, nigga. Little nigga on his bike pedaling, like nigga. Like it's dangerous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel for these little niggas nowadays because it's way crazier than when I was a little nigga.
It was fucked up when we was little.
Yeah, I can only imagine what they navigating through.
Oh, because they got guns now.
I'm still looking for that nigga who jacked me for my honey bun.
Exactly.
He talks about that sometimes.
That nigga that jacked me for my
Real.
honey bun.
He
nigga.
know who it is too. What do you
I
mean that?
know
You
that.
know who he
I'm
is.
looking for that nigga that jacked me. I can't find that nigga though. I know who he is, but I can't find that nigga jacked me for my honey bun. When I was walking from the liquor store, and that nigga came on the motor mags on that motherfucker on that swing.
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga caught up with me like, hey, cuz.
We had them aunties and grandmamas. Somebody stole your bike. Man, get in the car.
Yeah,
We
back
gonna
then.
find that motherfucker.
Back then.
Oh, my mama.
Yeah.
Betty was the one with the pistol.
Rest in peace,
So
Betty.
my mama.
Yeah.
My mama carried the pistol every day of her life, bro.
Click,
And she
click,
had no
booyah.
problem. Like, what? Where?
Exactly.
You know, my son got jacked, right? My son went to school. I'm sorry, Tank. But he got jacked, right? I told him what was gonna happen, and it happened just like it happened, right? He showed up at my mom's house, started jacking off, no shoes on, woo woo, right? And my mom, my mom was there. Oh, let's get in the car, let's go. Miles riding around all around with the pistol and everything. Was in the car, man. I'm like, oh man, that had to be embarrassing, man. So look, man, I want to ask you something about Bay Area pride. That is one of the most prideful places I've ever seen in my life. The Bay, everybody is together. What's happening with the Bay, man? Why is it like that?
It's just the thing that everybody gravitates towards is the game, which is the game. You could just sum it up as knowledge, but really it's
Right.
when they say the game, they talking about street game, pimp game.
Yeah.
Leaning towards one or the other, but you gotta have that gift of gab. You can never be a pimp if you can't talk it.
Right.
There you go.
If they breed this thing where you don't gotta be a pimp, you just kind of gotta be pimp-ish.
Yep.
You
I was
gotta-
about to say, you got somebody pimpish.
Yeah, you gotta know the game. Like if you don't know it, then it's gonna get ran on you. It's the same thing.
It's like life though.
It's like reading the writing on the wall in the hood. If you don't know how to read the writing, nigga, you might be in the wrong place. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
And I used to look at the graffiti on the wall in LA and be like, that shit just look like writing to me. My
Yeah,
cousin was
you
like,
have
nigga,
no idea.
There's a whole story right here.
Oh, yeah.
It's telling you shit that happened the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
The shit that's finna happen.
Yeah.
And the same way with that game, man. You be talking to somebody and they just be slicking you the whole time and you just be not understanding it's the game. And you just learn, man.
It's
You
a
learn.
crazy difference. I like something we was talking about one time, how you said that the Bay refused to conform to what was happening down here in LA.
Yeah, it was cities like Oakland, man. It's just the pride is so strong, man, that you can't come and give Oakland a new look or a new talk, a new swag, a new way of life. Like he like, bro, we invent new shit every day. We on our own shit.
Yeah,
And
y'all-
even
yeah.
when you break it down within Oakland, it's a lot of, when I was coming up, it's a lot of motherfuckers trying to be individuals. Like, I want to be a one-off. I don't really want to be, looking like that, looking
Like,
like
I want to look like him. I want to be me.
you know, even if you
Lot of
like, you ain't
originality.
dressing different, but you're moving different. You know what I'm saying? Your cool is different. You just want to do something that the other niggas didn't do. So it was always that's where all the slang words and shit. I don't know where that shit come from, but it's a whole bunch of motherfuckers sitting around trying to come up with a new word.
Yeah.
And a new word, and you know, it ain't just E40. It's a whole bunch of motherfuckers. They be slicking, man. They just drop it on motherfuckers one day, like, just break out your new word. Nigga, what? And it might catch on, it might not.
Yeah.
Or it might just be your word that only you use. It's just isms, bro. Like,
And this right here is just pimpish.
Yeah, all that,
That's part
all
of the
that.
pimpish, right?
yeah, because
Because everybody in the bank come with the,
we grew up, like
Yeah.
when I first got there, one of the first things I got fascinated with was the pimps.
Yeah.
Because in LA, I saw the pimps. I saw all the movies that came out in the 70s with the pimps. But in Oakland, you know, LA, I see a pimp, you know, that's probably a pimp. In Oakland, them niggas was
You
right
know
there.
it.
Like, they was just right there, like the niggas riding down the street
Wow.
with a car full of hoes and stop, and then bitches get out and spread out and start working. We used to go to the host show, little bag of weed, go get off, you know, somewhere a little cut where we ain't in nobody's way and just kick back and watch the pimps pimp and watch the hoes hoe. And it was like a show. I'm talking about before 1985 before 84 when crack was, you
Took
know,
the pimps out.
crack snuck in, like crack came in as an elegant thing. It was freebase.
Yeah.
And, you know, people who was balling freebase.
Bragging about it.
And what attracted you to the pimp game, though?
First and foremost, I was at a young age, I was convinced that all these bad bitches belonged with me. Like I didn't have them yet, but I was like they'd be looking at Ebony or something.
Yeah.
The jet chill, like
Us mine.
you need to be with me. Like I felt like I gotta grow up to live up to this shit. And I got it from, you know, the coolest niggas in the movies was the pimps.
Right.
I mean, they just was. Like the gangster be pow and shooting and shit and running and his hair fucked up. And the pimp was always like, nigga,
Yeah.
you know, nigga ain't touching nothing except money. So I was like, I like this nigga, but I like this nigga. You know what I mean? Like for real, for all the movies, even the Bill Cosby, Sidney Poitier movies, they you know, the pimp. Let's even go deeper.
Yeah.
Go look at motherfucking like Bloodstone album covers, Isley Brothers album cover, fucking Johnny Guitar. Why these niggas was
dressing
you know,
like-
I'm loving the music. These niggas look like pimps.
Yeah.
It's like
And
the
I'm like,
pimps.
I didn't want to be prostituting women. I just wanted to roll a car and look like a pimp. That was
Right.
the first dream.
Like a
if
pimp.
I had to be a
Just
pimp,
something like a pimp.
if I had to be a pimp to get to that, I could have went that route. But I was always looking at like, you know, financially. I'm thinking like where I want to go with the shit.
Right.
You know, my pops are doing good. Mom's doing good.
Right.
They like pressuring a nigga like you can't be a failure. So I gotta show and prove to win.
Right.
You know, and hip hop came along, but if it didn't come along, I was gonna hustle my way into something.
Yeah. There you
go.
Something really like that would get me the fly car and the bitches. Like there's no doubt about it.
Wow.
There's no doubt.
Dope. Pimpish. So you never actually pimp.
I dabbled, but I didn't really get into it. Like
Okay.
all the pimping I did was voluntary pimping. I never told a bitch, "Give me your money."
Right.
Every time I ever pimped, the bitch was like, "Here, take this money."
That's what
and
I'm
it was
talking
just,
about.
it was
That mean your
it was
pimp-
more like an
that mean
infatuation.
That mean your pimp game was on, man.
Yeah, that was more infatuated with Too Short, the character and the shit. Like, I want to hold for Too Short.
And you like,
I
yeah, all right.
I wasn't putting in the work from ground zero. Like, bitch, you know, get your mind right. Get
Right.
I wasn't
Yeah.
doing none of that
Yeah.
shit. And hip hop kind of it kind of put me in the pimping space that I really needed to be, where I really wanted to be.
Let's talk
Where you
about
just
it.
spit the game, pass the game on, interpret the game.
We dropping game right now. Let's talk about hip hop. What, you know, when was the moment that you said, this is it for me? I'm about to jump on this right here. Not let alone what you was talking about.
I found it real easy to make good songs, and I found it really easy to rock the crowd whenever you put me on a mic. And in the early days, there was no dream of this is for financial gain. It was like, I want to rock the crowd. I want to see motherfuckers jamming in my shit. So I was really good at that. And when it started growing, like, you know, after Run DMC and shit in LL and Beasties and Russell Simmons kicked in, you know, the big money of being a rapper, I was right there on the curve of like rocking bigger crowds. And then, you know, like right when King T and them slid in and Eazy-E,
Right.
I'm like right there sliding in, you know, like 86, 85, like building that momentum and shit. So it just kind of like put everything to the side that would have been a dream. And I never got a chance to be a drug dealer because I always ate off hip hop.
You was on it.
I never got a chance to pimp a hoe, and I ate off hip hop. Never got a chance to go to college because hip hop was feeding me. So it was just always like,
wow,
right on time. I never had the struggle of, damn man, I wish somebody assigned me, or I wish I could get on. Like it was on first rhyme. I was on.
Wow. So, your first work was independent, right?
Yeah, we was selling tapes in the street first, popping like a motherfucker, doing house parties, DJing, me and my nigga Freddie B.
Yeah.
And then I got with 75 Girls Records. It was kind of local, but it was spreading out a little bit. They was coming down here, and they was moving around the West Coast. And then I worked my way up to Freaky Tales, which was where we started our own company. Before that, I was with the homies. My homie Jerry was with his big brother Dean Hodges.
Okay.
You hear that name? Dean was a low-key street nigga who probably, he was a little nigga in the streets, but when he got bigger, you had to come to him.
Right.
He wasn't gonna find Dean on no corner like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
He wasn't
yeah,
gonna make no deliveries. You had to come to wherever he
Right.
said, come here, that kind of nigga.
Right.
And he loved music, so he was bringing up musicians around, all that shit. But yeah, man, I just kind of been in the right place, right time a lot.
So I remember, man, I was I spent a lot of time trying to get out the streets and get into music. I love music. I've been writing rap since 14 years old.
Right.
But I ain't really get active till later on in life. When I was looking at people like you and
You was spoiled, though.
everybody
You had
else.
money before you was a rapper.
Yeah, I had money before I was a rapper.
Spoiled.
But I like rapping already. You know what I'm saying? And I rap all y'all songs, and I felt I was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So I really, really wanted to do it. You know what I mean?
And you thought because you really was out there living that life.
And you also
Yeah.
knew everybody because you had been hanging out with all the
I
rappers
was
all the
already
time.
yeah.
Like, oh,
I knew you before you. I knew you before you
Yeah,
rapped.
but I willed my way into that though. Part of meeting y'all, I said I'm gonna will my way into this. I'm gonna start being around them and learning what they do and shit like that. I came around y'all intentionally. I told everybody like, hey man, we need to start rapping. It was like, pah!
When I first
They
knew you
was
had
laughing.
bars, the first time I knew you had bars was the Scarface duet.
Oh yeah. I went down there.
Scarface, you pull up and y'all talk about how you pull up and kick it in there.
Yeah, on the Friday soundtrack.
Exactly.
You know, before that, I just was around and kicking it, I was out there with a show with him. I was with a show with him way. I think you was at that show
To the
too.
show when them niggas got to throwing
Throwing
all
all
that
kind of
shit on
stuff on
stage.
Yeah. We was all there,
that
about
shit.
a million of us was in the
Yeah,
days
yeah,
in and
some
some
of
other
that
shit
shit.
trying
That
to
was
get
when
on.
Karis One was on the bill, right? Karis One was on that.
Yeah, he
bill.
was on the bill too.
Yeah.
But I saw y'all, man, and I saw the way y'all was doing. I said, man, I could do this. So you encouraged a whole lot of people, and that helped me get out the streets.
He was the first. Too Short was the first rapper I heard spit like a 100-bar, 300-bar freestyle.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like a freestyle
That
with a
song
freaky
was
tail.
long as hell.
That shit was long.
I did a lot of
but it
songs
was-
like that though. A lot of
Yeah,
songs.
but
motherfucker
it's
was about
the
10
first,
minutes?
but
no
when
hook, just go.
But the shit that had us going out here was Freaky Tales. The shit you was talking about and the way you was just.
See, me and my rap partner Freddie B, that was our style. Like we used to sell we used to buy these 30-minute cassettes, 15 minutes on each side.
No.
And one side would be a 15-minute song, and the other side would be another 15-minute song. And that was the shit. And we would I would do the pause mix.
Right.
So you spit your shit, and when you finish or you fuck up or whatever, I just hit pause.
Niggas ain't know about the pause mix.
And then when I lift it, we right back where we backflow what we're gonna do.
Dope. That's crazy, man.
Shit.
You'll have a whole fucking 15 minutes just blah, and we just talking shit. We know what the fucking hook was. So later, I really got this shit from like Super Rhymes. There was a lot of New York
Jimmy
niggas was
Spicer,
doing that
rest in
shit.
peace.
Right.
Like Count Cool Out. Them niggas was rapping forever with no hook.
Yeah.
And I'm
Right.
like, that was just the style I adapted to. So when they asked me what I wanted my first album to be named, I said, what you want to name your album? I said, Don't Stop Rapping.
Don't
Nasty
make
shit.
sense, right? Wait a minute, man. We had so much fun. We ain't
Hey,
took
man.
a break.
Hey, man,
Hold
we
up.
gotta take a
We
break,
be right
man.
back after this break, man. We ain't took that one break, man. We must not want no money.
You know,
man.
man, dropping game,
We be
though,
right
man.
back with y'all.
Show dog in the house.
Yeah.
We got work for sale.
We got West Side tees.
We got work for sale.
We got hoodies like this.
We got work for sale.
We got work for sale.
We got work for sale.
We got merch for sale.
Where at?
Dubc and CJMac.com.
Get it.
Get it. You can't open B-boy shit. Ain't that a bitch? Yeah.
What fucked me up, man, was when we heard Freaky Tales back in '87.
Yeah.
Over here in LA, we heard Freaky Tales. Not just to hear you rhyming. See, what fucked me up, and a lot of us, was how long you was rhyming. You talking about, you know, how you don't stop rapping with the pause button back in the days. But when we heard that on how long you was rhyming and what you was rapping about, you was on these bitches, man.
Yeah, and
You was on them.
and it was real basic. It was just a bass line and an 808 drum machine. Wasn't too much more. I was playing with the little synthesizer. That's me on the beat.
Wow.
Just playing it. You know you program a beat. That's
Yeah.
me, that's me just sitting there
Wait,
playing.
you produced that as well?
Yeah, that's me sitting there playing the bass line the whole time. That's why if you listen to the bass line, the shit is, I call it dopamine music. And the shit is like really infectious. Like if you listen to it, like the bass line is doing something to you. At the same time, it's a little sound going, it's doing something to you. The shit talking is doing something to you. The kick drum is like boom, boom, murdering the speakers.
Wow.
So it's safe to say, so hold on. Let's take it back. So it's safe to say, besides Dr. Dre, who was getting down back then, you was one of the first artists from the West Coast produced and rhymed on his own shit.
Hell yeah.
And
Definitely.
nigga frowned up and said, nigga, hell yeah. Nigga.
But look though, I respect the hell out of Dre. Nobody can
Oh, I
outdo
know nobody
Dre.
taking nothing from him.
But at the same time, I was listening to everything come from New York, everything come from LA, and I was like, these niggas really ain't on that keyboard like me. So I was just like hella basic, just do, boom, boom. I was just blasting the bass. They was in there arguing with me in the studio, talking about it's too much bass. I was like, louder,
Niggas want to
motherfucker.
ride too.
Like,
Niggas want to ride
And
too. Back then, especially with the.
I was watching how everybody was cutting and being precise and grabbing little samples. I was just like, boom, boom. Like, listen to Dope Fiend beat.
You know what y'all? See,
And
a lot of times, the game overshadows the talent, the music. This dude right here was really a student of the game.
So
You really was like a
I
student
had a
of the
choice
game.
as a young rapper. It's all the influences out there, the LLs and shit. You know, I'm like, I could easily like hook these phrases up and start spitting this, you know, intelligent shit. But I was like, nah, nigga. I'm like, shout dog, baby on the mic, bitch. They're like, that nigga. But look, they're like, that nigga can't rap. I'm like, y'all don't even get it.
Y'all don't get
It's
it.
nothing to do with the cadence of the flow.
Yeah.
It's the motherfucking shit talking and all that bass.
Yeah.
And you sitting there listening to hip hop in some headphones and, you know, your little shit at the house. These niggas bumping me and spent thousands of dollars on woofers in the car and I'm rattling the trunk.
Rattling like a mother.
I could just said nothing on my songs and I still went platinum.
It's
with all
still
that fucking
gone.
bass.
Still gone.
I, you know, before we get to where we're going, you know, with the name I'm about to drop with Mount Westmore, I intentionally stood in the crowd. I got a chance because I wasn't performing out there with Cube. Got a chance to sit up and watch.
You told me that.
I told you too.
Yeah.
I told Cube and Snoop this. Nigga, I said I watch 40, Snoop, Cube, and you on stage getting down. And all y'all do your thing. My nigga, I ain't gonna front. I knew you had heaters, but the way that the crowd reacted to every time you went out there and got down, my nigga, you just said something about I could play my music and I don't really have to say nothing. The crowd is gonna react.
Yeah.
To this day, even when you put on Blow the Whistle, it's just something about your shit, man.
Yeah.
When that motherfucking music come on, motherfuckers lose their mind, dog. You always had that frame of
It's
thinking.
Parliament Funkadelic. I was one of those people fortunate enough in 1976 to see the mothership land.
I saw the mothership.
And when that motherfucking landed, like I'm already listening to,
Crowd used to go crazy, didn't they?
I've already heard the Mothership Connection album. I heard Chocolate City.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the fucking, I don't even think, was Flashlight and that shit out by then? It was
Flashlight was not back then.
Yeah.
I don't know about 76.
It was,
no.
I don't know. But
No, it was Bootsy.
It was Bootsy.
Bootsy
Bootsy
thing
Rubber
was
Band.
big,
Bootsy
yeah.
was out with
Flashlight
the
wasn't out then.
Yeah.
But they landed that spaceship, and just it took me from being a fan of listening to the music to actually becoming like I was P-Funk.
You the Funketeer.
Yeah,
Funketeer.
I was jumped into the motherfucking shit for life, and my mentality in the studio was always like the funk, man. So I be trying to like say funky shit and make funky music, and I try to make the funk be more important than what everybody else is like. Nigga, I'm flowing like, ooh, you hear them bars? I'm like, nigga, the funk is gonna kill you. Like it's something that you can't really outdate it and shit. So I got lucky, pimping and the funk. Like I can't really you can't really outgrow it. Like, oh, you an old ass pimp? Yep.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
What's crazy?
What up?
What's crazy is, and me and Cuban had this conversation many a times. It's not taken away from from y'all skills of getting down on the mic, but being smart enough to say fuck the bullshit. I only got a certain amount of time, even though you took it to the next level with rhyming a long time on your records. But even when you do records now, what made you say, I want to just cut the bullshit? Like you said earlier, I could be talking this intelligence. Because that was like CJ said. CJ said when I came in the game, talking about himself, he said, I was trying to be a rapper.
Yeah.
I wanted to be respected as a rapper because I saw that's what was going on. CJ was like, nigga, I've done all this shit, the street shit these niggas talking about now. Nigga, I know this, I can do this shit, and he good at it. But I can do shit in my sleep. What made you say? And I used to ask Q, what made ask Q? I said, what made you jump straight to talking about the gangster shit and being different and talking about what niggas can relate to and what they wanted? What made you jump into the pimp shit, talking about these bitches like that? Was it in your music? You said, you could have did intelligent shit, but with the funk, what made you jump into that though?
It was a real fascination with the culture, man. Like it wasn't just an outsider looking in. Like I literally started hanging out with some OG pimps and just absorbing the isms and shit. And then I used to do this one thing that helped me write a lot of songs. I used to just throw it out there and just ask hoes, like, what made you be a hoe? And every time you ask a hoe that shit, you get a new song. Like it's just I talk to like a bum. Nigga just homeless, bro. And I'm like, bro, what happened, man? Nigga, you don't know. They used to call me such and such. I was out here, nigga, I had 7 hoes. I'm like, well, nigga, tell me the story. Nigga, tell me the story. It's a fucking song, you know what I mean? I used to really talk to the streets of Oakland, and I tell people, every time you ask me, like, well, what's your inspiration for writing songs? I'm like, Oakland. I came into Oakland, like, I feel like if you was born and raised there, you might take some things for granted. I came there as an outsider looking around going, nigga, this shit is like, it's like better than any movie I ever seen. And I'm walking this shit like I'm landed in the movie scene.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nigga, like when I heard the message, I didn't really get it, so I heard the message.
Right.
And that nigga was rapping about broken glass everywhere. I was like, nigga, I've never been to New York. But after I heard that song, I've been to New York.
I've been to New York.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm finna make niggas come to Oakland.
That's so dope, bro.
And I started I didn't need no video. Like some of my best songs ain't got no video.
Yeah.
Dope.
But the motherfucker, you can see it. You don't need a video for Freaky Tales. You see that shit.
That's another thing that's incredible. He did a lot of that without visuals.
Yeah, man, I wasn't even trying to be on the radio, nigga. Like, when you was talking about Cube and me and Snoop and 40, I feel like nigga, I was trying to run from that shit. Like Snoop was a mega star.
Yeah.
Cube, like them niggas, it ain't a lot of niggas that got more platinum albums than me.
Right.
But Snoop and Cube
Right.
do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
The list of niggas that got more platinums than me is a really short list. Right. Both of them niggas do. But I'm hanging in there with the who was the heavyweights on the West, the LLs, and, the PEs and niggas who was going platinum. We got a lot of artists we love that was going gold.
Right.
Yeah.
Nigga, I all my shit's one single, maybe no single, platinum.
Wow.
And it was on that beat, that love. You come out there and it's that love. Like I used to do shows and they say, why you don't got no dancers? Why you ain't got no hype man? Why you ain't got no DJ? I'm like, nigga, watch this. I go out there and say the first 2 lines and just hold the mic out. Right. He just sing that shit. I jump in when I feel like it.
I told you.
It turned to be part of the show.
Like I tell you the story all the time.
You're like, nigga, who is that nigga doing that?
When we was in San Diego and you came out there with your phone. Yeah, nigga, you remember that. Because you've done it so many times. I done seen this dude come out, no hype man, a fucking phone, hook his shit up to something. I don't know what the fuck going on. This nigga's a one-man show. Now, nigga, I'm thinking that, I got this nigga show can get down. He said, show ain't here yet.
Yeah.
I used to say,
show move on his own time doing his thing. He businessman. He there. He gonna be on time. But he wasn't there yet. I got off stage. I got niggas going. We in San Diego, nigga. I'm hitting them with all kinds of connect shit, hitting them with the dub, all the streets, everything. I'm like, I got off from this motherfucker. Yeah. Man, a nigga pull up, cool as a fan as usual. What's up, dub? Yeah, all right, man. I need to holler about something at the end of the show. Yeah, we gonna chop it up, my nigga. Whoa. This nigga walk, I'm looking like, what the DJ?
He just go.
It's either him, Paul, or somebody. Yeah. He got this nigga went on stage with their phone. Whoop, 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 whoop. word for word. And don't let them hit you with the what's my favorite word.
Yo,
The whole world.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it fucks me up, my nigga. And also too, Show, that's why I asked you earlier about what made you jump on that, talk about that, because to me, that's one of the reasons that everybody gravitate to you. See,
But it ain't an act, man. It's like that's what
Yeah.
I love that shit.
But a lot of women, y'all get mad. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Why they always, not just Show. They always talking bad about, females and calling us out on names and all that. Dude, even though we love, the men, we be out here, we know Show Dog come on and what we getting. We be looking for. But majority of the women, of the people in the crowd, when I was at that concert, when UQ and Snoop was out there, dude, the people that were screaming the loudest and singing word for word was the females.
I'm telling you,
the
bro.
females is on you, dude, because of that right there. I love it, man. That shit is crazy to see a nigga talk that shit and call them out their names and all that and everything. And I guess a lot of the females know you ain't talking to that particular female. You talking to this one
it's
right
in the
here.
writing. I say she's a bitch a lot.
Yeah.
I say that bitch a lot so that she could deflect it. I
Yeah.
don't say you bitch. I say that bitch said that bitch did this.
Yeah.
It feels good.
I never noticed that you do that.
Yeah,
So you purposely give them room to deflect a little bit.
I pick the songs so you can sing along to them. I write my songs so you can sing along to it.
That's
and
dope.
I don't write too many words so that you can't sing along with it.
Right.
So we all got the right breath control to sing a Too Short song.
See what? You know what? That's so smart and so dope, bro. Because that's how I say rap is. Like, when rap was real difficult and all that, bro, the average person couldn't do it. They like, But when the easier the song was, the more people gravitated.
I'm like,
to
if
it.
I can't perform my song live, then I don't want to record it in the studio like that. So that requires me to dumb it down a little bit. And where I would have said a couple of extra words on the turnaround to the next line, I would stop.
Wow.
You take your style. This is what's incredible. He takes his style. He don't have to alter the style, but then each record is still different.
Oh.
That's
I got
crazy.
lucky at one other thing too.
That's crazy.
Nobody ever stole my voice. You know how niggas be mimicking niggas' voices?
No, nigga, I was about to talk. We gonna
Yeah.
talk, I was about to
Nobody
talk about
got me
that.
on The Voice.
Oh,
That
let's
might have
talk-
helped me too.
Let's talk about that. When I first heard you, your cadence. When I first heard you, your cadence was so different, and your delivery. These are the tales, the freaky
I
tales.
put a southern twang on it, man. West Coast nigga with a southern twang.
Yeah, but nigga, but most of the West Coast niggas got family from the South.
Yeah.
That shit was so cold, my nigga. And it's crazy. Let's take it back. Coming out of Oakland, who was the first ones to come out of Oakland with, who, was it somebody before you?
It's Too Short and Freddie B. There was nobody made anything. If you rapped before Too Short and Freddie B, and nobody knows.
Too
You
Short
must
and
have been
Freddie
rapping.
B. Okay,
Wow.
then where did 40 come along?
40 came down the line. 40 probably was like 86, 80, somewhere in them. It could have been 85, 86 going at it. Me and Freddie B was 81, 82.
God
active.
God
Active.
Wow.
damn.
Wow.
We was the ones that was, these are our guys. We got our own rappers.
Wow.
And we was really repping the motherfucking town to the fullest. So
Right,
it
right.
was,
Right.
Well, you
that's-
deserve it, brother.
You know what other thing, man, because every now and then I do like to pop my collar. I love the
Pop
fact,
your shit.
I love the fact that not only am I the first rapper, like literally, if you lined everybody up, like you had to go get a nigga like Tupac to find a rapper from the Bay that has more accolades than me, more platinum, more gold.
Talk
and
your
just,
shit.
And just, 40 is my nigga.
Yeah.
Ride or die. I love 40 when he hit that second win. Nigga on about his third, fourth win.
You already know.
Love that nigga. I might be the biggest E40 fan, period.
Right.
Shout out for it.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's my nigga right there.
And,
So, bro.
And for, you could check it right now. He track record, he run it. We all ran if we all ran a fucking relay race or something, this nigga's running a marathon.
Right.
Like he's going. But I'm just telling you, man, like go look at the stats. Niggas wouldn't really go back and check like we forgetting hip hop.
Yeah.
Look at the fucking stats, man. Like the stats. I'm
And everybody from
you got a
town
nigga like
tell me
Hammer
that.
who sold Hammer sold probably like 20, 30 million on one album.
Right.
But I did that shit album album,
Longevity.
platinum,
Longevity, man. Longevity.
gold. I'm on feature, platinum.
And your
platinum,
feature-
platinum.
your feature list is
Features
crazy.
gold. Like it's just like it's like the track record, and it's just you don't have a rapper from a city, and you go, oh, so and so was the first one from out here. And then that nigga be the nigga who got the most accolades. That nigga still be active when you telling that story.
Yeah.
Like so-and-so the first one. He be like, oh, that nigga got killed to somewhere. That nigga.
Yeah.
You
Your nigga that fell off.
Your
Ain't
first,
nobody bumping this shit no more.
yeah,
Nah,
first
man.
nigga.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope.
You
That's
deserve your flowers for
Man,
sure, bro.
we give you your flowers.
That's
And-
why we honored to have you on the show today, man.
Yes,
Not
sir.
only you the homie, you know what I'm saying, but also your accomplishments, man. You're a bad man, man. You've been doing this shit for a long goddamn time, man. You're a bad man, brother.
Let's pay
I
some
remember you
bills.
had me pull up, nigga. Got me pull up all up and deep up in the 60 hood.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this nigga really came, to the compound. I'm like, yeah, they got me here. They got me eating Harlem Bells all the time.
Yeah, nah, he my partner. He my partner, man. He gonna come through, man. He gonna come through.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
Domino's in Oakland at Kiki House.
What would I do to you?
We playing Domino's. Oakland niggas are not Crips or Bloods.
Yeah.
But they will not stop using the word blood.
Blood.
Oh yeah,
million times.
Yeah.
And we just been hanging. CJ come spend days, man. He come kicking for days. He with this homie, that homie, moving around. He be an Oakland nigga for a week or two. This nigga, we playing dominoes. This nigga said, cuz. I'm sick of you niggas saying blood. He's like, nigga, I've been in LA my whole life. Ain't nobody never said blood so many times around me.
Cause he must have been getting his ass kicked.
The nigga
He
had
must
like,
have getting his ass kicked on that
the
table.
nigga had like
nigga
a crip, he
losing.
had a crip fit. He was like, I can't take this shit, nigga.
So y'all was kicking his ass, huh?
The nigga say, you niggas gonna stop saying blood right now. Stop.
That's the only reason that nigga was flipping, is that nigga losing. See,
I
that
don't
don't be tripping.
But it was like,
I might have been a little
because
bit
niggas just blood three times in
They
one
say
sentence.
all day.
nigga,
Blood,
what?
what's up with blood and them blood? I had tripping blood. Nigga said, break. That nigga, he had a meltdown.
And you was laughing like a motherfucker, you knew the game. You already knew what it was. You were laughing like a motherfucker.
He was waiting for me to say something.
Yeah.
Like, by the time you say something, hey man, we're gonna take another break right there. We
Man,
gonna back.
pay some bills,
We ain't
man.
gonna keep short here too long.
Pay some bills, man.
So we be right back.
We got work for sale.
We got West Side tees.
We got work for sale.
We got hoodies like this.
We got work for sale.
We got work for sale.
We got work for sale.
We got merch for sale.
Where at?
Dubc and CJMac.com.
Get it.
Get it. You can't open B-boy shit.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Dub C and CJ Mac Show. Once again, y'all, I am Dub C.
And I am CJ Mac, and we are still with King Too Short. Goddamn
Man, hey,
Shout out.
Show dog,
They
check
call
us
me
out.
out south. Shout out.
Yeah,
Show
shout
dog.
out.
Shout, yeah, he said it. Show
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
Why
Shout.
do I sound like show dog? There's only one dog. Where's
Yeah,
show
bro,
dog?
that's my nigga. Shout.
Hey, look, so I want to talk about, how you reinvented yourself.
Man.
You and 40.
Over and over and over.
Both y'all reinvented yourself, which is, a lot of us can't do that. A lot of them blessed to be in the game for a long time, but the way that y'all did it though, dude, a guy named Little John, when you came out, and did blow the whistle, and I was at the radio station and I heard the beat. I didn't know before you start rapping. I go on and on, and it was just they were just cutting it up, and I was like, damn, what the fuck is this? What's going on? Got to listen to it, and then I go on and on, and I was like, looked at the DJs. I was at the beat at the time, when it was over there for in Hollywood, and not Yucca, not the old beat with Theo. It was when you came out with that record, and I was tripping, and it was all in the youngsters. Was in there, was like, yeah, dog, Show got it. He got it. And I said, damn, who is this? And I found out it was produced by Little John. What killed me, dude, was how a lot of people don't realize you just didn't reinvent yourself, but also too, you took part in shining that light on Little John as well.
Oh yeah.
What was that connection right there? How did that come about?
Lil Jon was real active in Atlanta, DJing. He worked for So Def. He was doing his thing, and he started dropping songs.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
At the time,
that's when I lived in Atlanta. Yeah. And I just took a liking to Lil Jon without him knowing, because I watched him DJ, and he was the kind of DJ. I watched the party. I know I see what makes the party move, and he was a DJ who would get on the mic And at the most strategic moment throughout the night, he would make the crowd participate with him. And he had a skill. Like a lot of DJs would say shit, pull it back up, whatever. But he had the crowd working with him.
Right.
And then he had this song, Who You With, Get Crunk, Who You With. And I was like, I'm finna go holler at this nigga. I didn't even know. I was like, bruh, you need to let me put a rap on there. He had a beat that was a hot record. It was banging in the clubs with no rapper, no verse.
Wow.
It was just chants. I was like, you need to let me rap on that. And he was like, nah, man. He's like, we should just do a new song. And he came by my studio one day when I wasn't there and got in there and was doing some shit. He left his song, Couldn't Be a Better Player.
Right.
He put all kind of shit on that motherfucker. It was hooks and chants and all kind of shit. And I just went in there and I put 3 16-bar verses. The song was probably like 7 minutes long. And I just like, from that point on, the song got hot.
Right.
So then we made Be a Bitch.
Be a
but
Bitch,
there's an earlier version of Be a Bitch. It's called You Just a Bitch. You ain't nothing but a bitch. It was on one of the B-side of one of his songs.
Wow.
And I Like Them Girls was on the B-side.
Yeah.
And he called me one day, he said, man, the B-side is like you put a single out, right? He said, man, the B-side is moving. Like the A-side was his single, video, everything.
Right.
He's like, the B-side is moving. We got to figure out a way to do a clean version. How you do a clean version? You just a bitch, punk ass bitch. Nigga, you ain't nothing but a bitch.
Right.
And it was about niggas. It wasn't about females.
Right.
It was like, nigga, you ain't nothing but a bitch.
Wow.
And he came up with that BL and cleaned it up and put Ludacris on it, and it was out of there. So
Out of there.
at some point, Lil Jon was caught up in a dispute, a contract dispute with, a mutual friend, and it wasn't really a big deal, but he was just in a position where he couldn't wiggle out of it. They was at odds on, getting along and shit,
Right.
and it was just like, you get to that fuck you point where
Yeah.
shit gets stuck. And I just got in there and handled the little financial end, which wasn't a lot, and talked to the dude, got him out the contract, and then I told him, I'm not doing this to sign you. I'm doing this, I'm really looking at the nigga like, this nigga got beats. This nigga's hard. I'm like, I want to be this nigga's friend.
Right.
So I was just like, bro, go and do what you got to do, whatever you got to do. I just keep me on the beat list. I want to be down. And he parlayed that shit into Lil Jon. Like he got to deal with TVT and Sword. So
That's dope.
later, many years later, like we first hooked up, I probably was like 30, 31. We flashed like 10 years later, I'm 40 years old.
Right.
This nigga slide me, shake that monkey, blow the whistle.
Right.
I'm an OG. They give me young nigga songs, nigga. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm on the radio, I'm in the club, I'm popping. So I went from a trunk nigga just making songs for the trunk to the Lil Jon conversion.
You didn't want to be on the radio to now.
Now I'm in the club. Nigga put me in the club.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, so now I'm the OG with the club song. It don't really outdate me, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really like inspire.
Yeah.
I got that whole second win, and then 40 come in the cut with the hyphy.
Yeah.
Grows his dreadlocks.
Yeah.
He 40. He 2 years younger than me. This nigga shaking his dreads like he's 22.
Yeah.
And start a whole new career.
You know what's crazy about that song, Blow the Whistle, bro? It seemed like it had 2 lives. I remember it came out.
I stopped and started 9 times.
Yeah, man. It seemed like it came out and it blew and it calmed down, blew up again, calmed down, it blew up again. Like, what the fuck is happening with this song,
My cousin
bro?
called me from New Orleans. She said, cuz, I'm sitting here with this motherfucker trying to tell me that Blow the Whistle just came out.
That's what I'm telling you.
I'm like, so I'm 7 years old. I try to tell this motherfucker, she mad. She over there mad.
Yeah.
He said, no, that's just a new song. It just came out.
I never seen nothing like this damn song, man.
But that record right there is not just a record that get played in the clubs. They get played at the biggest sports events.
Oh, yeah.
All kinds of stuff, whatever, because of the
Yeah, he
energy.
went hard with that.
Oh, yeah, that's a hard record, man.
Yeah, you don't really get your signature song at the age of 40 on your fucking
Not at
16th
all.
album.
But you
Wow.
But karma's a mother. Your blessings do come back to you when you look out for somebody. You looked out for that dude a while back, and he never forgot that. Shout out to Lil Jon. So we need to get you on the show, Lil Jon. But shout out to Lil Jon.
Yeah.
That was dope right there.
And I mean, the way I look at it, man, the big picture, because, if it wasn't for me walking down the street with my boombox, listening to the message, I wouldn't have been able to inspire anybody. I wouldn't have got inspired to be able to inspire somebody else.
I'll be hollering
That song got me started. That's my favorite song.
Then when you give a guy like Lil Jon a stepping stone in the game, and then you see what he turned around and does, he fucking rained hits on I mean,
Yeah, he did.
if he don't get that step, do we not get all those hits that he made?
Wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying? What is his journey if he don't get that slide in, you know, that slide in the home base with, you know, with the OG short dog? I was platinum, nigga. I was on like my 5th, 6th platinum when I hooked up with Lil Jon. I took the nigga on tour with me.
I didn't know that.
Like I took him on his first tour, big sold out crowds. He only had probably like a 15-minute little thing he could do.
Set, yeah.
Instead of like open up for me or I put you on early in the show, I put the nigga on with me.
On your show.
I wasn't a headliner. I probably was like the second to the last
Right,
act.
co-headliner, right.
I'll do my whole show. And then, cause we down south, most of the shows was down south, Midwest.
Right.
I do my whole show. And then we start doing Couldn't Be a Better Player, Be one of them songs.
Right.
And I'm doing this shit, the crowd going crazy. I done did 45 minutes, now I'm doing this, and I just ease off the stage. And that nigga just like,
Take it.
I think
Wow.
we was on tour with Cash Money. We wasn't playing fair.
Right.
Like we wasn't playing fair.
Right.
We was really like you know, like you do a show with Ice Cube,
Right.
Snoop, 40, well, you know, nigga, you
Better
gotta
bring
be
your-
careful going on after niggas like us.
Bring your A game.
You gotta be careful.
Bring
Oh,
your
hell
A
yeah.
game. Bring your A game.
Or you
Bring
get
your
crickets.
A game. There's a lot of niggas. I ain't gonna say no names. There's a lot of niggas that'll learn real quick, faster than I heard.
Yeah, you get some real
Hey,
crickets.
The young days when we all had the little regional you know,
Yeah.
our little differences of like, you know,
Yeah.
swag and not really,
Right.
not really hella
Right.
speaking to each
Right.
other, you know, whatever.
Right.
I'm really good friends with Eric Sermon. I'm like, nigga, we used to walk past each other, nigga, we wouldn't even look at each other.
Yeah.
Many shows, you know, just
Right.
nigga, whatever.
Yeah.
Nigga, I used to be like, I'll go look at the list. That's my motivation. Look at the set
You're on
list.
the set list. Niggas
like,
don't know about the set list.
Oh, it's 3 niggas going after me? Oh, I'm hot. I'm like, nigga, I'm 3 platinum albums is good. And these niggas, this nigga got 1, he ain't got none. They going on after me? All right, that's how y'all wanna do it? Like some people go complain and be like, I'm bigger than so-and-so. Not me. I'm like, nigga, put me on that slot.
Right
Watch what
before
happens.
that nigga, yeah.
Watch, you gonna put me on. Half the fucking crowd gonna leave after I go off.
Or
the
they
motherfuckers gonna be
Or
bored.
they gonna be just like that with their arms folded.
Like, nigga, it wasn't nothing happening after the show. Like, I'm telling you, bro, don't do that.
Niggas ain't known, man. Niggas ain't, you know, speaking of going down south and in other places, I got a chance to see you get out of town, and how was that feeling, man? To know that you getting slapped on, you know, you got slaps on the West Coast, you getting love from here, but to go out there into New York out of all places, dude, to see New York show you love, they fuck with you tough out there.
Yeah.
It was a slow progression.
process.
But I got there, man. I give a lot of credit to guys like Eric Sermon for, you know, convincing me to do, you know, to get out there and he really convinced. I was like, man, New York don't fuck with me. He's like, bro, fuck with you out here. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Eric took me to a show. It was him. It was the what they call the crew, him, Keith Murray and Redman, Def Squad.
Def Squad.
Yeah.
And he brought me out as a special guest on one of the shows, and the fucking crowd went crazy. That was my first time getting a reaction like that in New York. I'm talking way later in the game. This was probably like, you know, the mid '90s or something, like 90.
When you came out with the record, Get While the Getting Is Good, the album and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
then
used to
the song
sub
Light
that man.
Song.
Knock that motherfucker, my Eddie Bauer.
He really like turned me on in New York. He was like, bro, you tripping. And I went and hung out with Keith Murray, wild ass, took me out in the streets. I didn't even know that the love was growing out there, because in the early days, they was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they weren't fucking with us. But yeah, but
But you
nigga,
done did songs with Jay-Z's.
I've
Come
done,
on, bro. I don't think nobody got
I've done collabs
list
that,
like yours.
that a New York nigga wish he could do. Like,
Exactly.
not talking shit, but I'm on like a couple Jay-Z albums, maybe 2 or 3 of them motherfuckers. He on my shit. I'm on 2 Biggie albums.
but they wouldn't want to get down with you if they wasn't fans of your music.
Yeah, you know, but
It wasn't just political.
I didn't really know at first, man. I really didn't know. I used to spend a lot of time in New York and didn't get no love.
Right.
And when it finally started, I did the song with Lil Kim, Call Me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was on the Def Squad album. Like, little shit just started happening. Then I'm on Jay-Z. It was all good just a week ago. They like, oh, this nigga did that.
Yeah, you killed him when that.
I was on one of Jay-Z Young albums. I was on Real Niggas Do Real Things, like Young Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And just, you know, Biggie's second album. Like, Big called me. Yeah, Puffy called me.
What was your relationship with Big?
Big was cool, man. we met at the Outkast picnic before he really blew up. Outkast do a picnic every year in Atlanta, and we just chopped it up. He hit me with the one line, and he was like, yo, kid, you got love in Brooklyn. And I was like,
Look at that.
you know, handshake.
Look at that.
And then a year go by, he's super Notorious B.I.G. He's like, remember that motherfucker told you got love in Brooklyn?
Look at that.
He's like, that was me. And then we smoke and do the powwow. And he told me, you know, they told me, him and Jay told me that it was some niggas in Brooklyn. Like when you thought niggas wasn't fucking with you in New York, it was some niggas in Brooklyn that was fucking with you the whole time.
The whole time.
So he was like, it's a thing out there. In some little pockets somewhere, niggas was getting it. And you listen to like, come from like Irv Gotti kind of way, according to like people like Eric Sermon. Motherfuckers was really in tune to artists like Too Short, Scarface, Tupac, and they was evolving to be niggas like DMX, Ja Rule, Jay-Z.
Right.
It was like, nigga, be you, but listen to what them niggas is doing.
Right.
And, you know, Big, Jay-Z, them niggas wasn't like trying to rap like nobody a bite, but they was like, they was spitting game because we was spitting game.
Right.
It was like, it was, you were saying something about the second win, and later on, I think you can reinvent yourself easily through a hot producer or some beats that sound good right now as a game spitter. If you spitting game, the game don't expire.
Right.
So I can't really go in on a song about a certain subject that I'm not age appropriate to. But I'm always age appropriate to the game.
Right.
Always.
Right.
Wow.
You know?
Right. That's
Hell of a
deep.
jewel, man.
That's deep.
Hell of a jewel,
That's deep.
man.
That's even with going down south, getting down, you said with Cash Money, you know, and getting down south because the South had their own thing in the beginning. They got their own thing now, but in the beginning, you know, nigga, we done been out on the road before.
yeah.
We done did some shows down south, nigga. They just look, you know, so they weren't boo nigga, but they had their own thing going on.
They had their
man.
own thing cracking.
So you know, I feel you on that, you know, with you doing your thing, but it was good though because even with Eric Sermon giving you a shot and bringing you out and you getting the love, you know, it was the same thing where you turned around and you gave it back to Little John. And I'm just happy to see where you at with it right now. I thank you for, you know, for the years of work.
Yes, sir.
I mean, to me, it's something that a lot of us, I mean, you still haven't even went in depth to a lot of the people that you done touched, a lot of the people that you done influenced. And I can even remember back to during the pandemic, a monumental moment when you and 40 got on their verses. A lot of people thought that 40 was just gonna come on and just wear you out because he was, I know you heard that. I'm only being real. I ain't no cut on it.
Because of the short-term memory of the second win and how he been running. They didn't
all that. Dude, hey, I don't know what part of the battle was, when y'all, I ain't gonna say battle or the celebration, because, you know, y'all family. But when you left and put on that A's jacket.
Oh, yeah.
That
was cold.
Y'all remember?
That was cold.
Came back.
That was cold.
Oh!
Yeah, that was cold.
Huh?
He didn't know I was going to do that either.
Yeah.
He didn't know.
Hey, you know what's funny though, man? We was having a good time. We was literally drinking in real time. This shit was live. And it was the first verses that wasn't a battle. Every verse before that was a battle.
Right.
Snoop and DMX wasn't a battle.
No.
It was kind of cool. They were singing each other lyrics. And we kind of took a little page from that and turned it into a full out, let's just celebrate.
Yeah.
And man, if you go back and look at this shit, man, I'm really trying so hard. Like, I'm trying to keep us on track to do the verses.
Yeah.
But this nigga Earl is in full comedian mode.
Yeah.
And I'm like tears, nigga. Like I keep leaving off camera because I'm crying because this nigga got me laughing so hard. Like I'm trying to like put on a good little back and forth. I can't hold my posture because this nigga keep making me laugh. Like nigga, he was in rare form that day. Yeah. But it was hella fun. We went to full. They said you can't go more than 3 hours. At 3 hours, we still had a lot of songs to go.
Songs.
We sat there. We was like, I don't know if you can see the hand gestures. It was like, fuck it, man, keep going.
Show Dog, thank you for coming through.
Oh yeah, man.
I appreciate you, man. We love you to death, man. Thank you for the music. And, you know, my partner, CJ, my brother, CJ,
yeah, man.
You know, he always in the trenches over there. I done been out there quite a bit, you know, saying fucking with y'all, but he stay out there, man, slapping them balls.
They always,
and y'all.
They always treat me like family, bro.
Dude, that's
they took me in and treated me like family, you know? You know what I'm saying? And thank you, man, for always being my friend, man, and always coming through for anything I ever ask you, man. Damn the show shit.
It's all good, man.
everything I've ever asked
He
you
ain't just
for,
go
you
get
came
family
through.
in Oakland. His family is my direct family. Like it's the same family.
Right, you know what I'm
Straight
saying?
up.
So,
Exactly.
so
Rest
thank
in
you,
peace,
man. And
Boo.
yeah,
Yeah,
man,
man.
Boo, rest in peace, man.
man.
Fam.
Yeah, cause man, I miss not being able to go down there and see him, man.
Jock.
Jock is my dude, man. It's so many dudes. I don't
Paul.
want to start naming people, man.
All the way back to the King T days when we didn't even know each other.
Yep.
When it was like niggas was staying in shady motels and shit.
You already know
Niggas was like,
that.
who's the
Ready to
LA
swap
nigga?
it, like,
Yeah,
look at that
LA
shit.
niggas.
You already know.
It was the potential friction turned into like friendship.
Yeah, friction in the friendship, goddamn. All right, man. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to another Power Pack episode of the Dub C and
West
CJ
Coast,
Mack
man.
Show. I am CJ Mack,
And I am Dub C.
and we've been here with Show Dog,
Bitch.
legend,
My favorite word.
legend.